Hi friends, welcome to another week of online learning. This week we are learning all about sharks and I'm really excited. I think you guys are going to like this. So all of the activities are listed in It's Learning, but in a way for me to try to make it easier for you guys, everything you're going to do is inside this Google Slides template. So once you click here, all of your everything that you're going to be writing down is going to be in this particular slide. So don't forget to go to File and Make a Copy to be able to type on it. So File, Make a Copy, do the entire presentation, and save it with your name. Okay? All right, so for the beginning, we're going to do this Monday at our morning meeting. But if you're not able to come to our Monday morning meeting, then you can watch this on your own. So you're going to watch the Finding Nemo shark scene and think about if sharks are our friends or our foes, which means enemies. Then you're going to brainstorm as many different types of sharks as you can. You can write them down on a scratch piece of paper. We can share at our morning meeting. You'll look at this website. You'll click right there to learn about the most common types of sharks. And then you're going to look at this webcam of sharks and see if you can find any of the kinds of sharks that you just read about on the camera. All right, next, you are going to read this background information about sharks, and you are going to use that to fill out this chart about the difference between fish and sharks. Now, we studied fish a couple weeks ago, so you might remember some of the answers from that. But if there's some information that you're not sure about, you can always hop on Epic or Mayan because there's tons of books for you guys to read. So you are going to be writing about their scales, if they have scales, their skeletons, their gills, their body shape, their mouths, and how they float. This week for our experiment, we're going to be doing an experiment about demonstrating how sharks stay afloat in the water. So I think you guys will enjoy that. All right, after that, you're going to learn about all the different parts of a shark. So you're going to read these different descriptions, and on the next slide, you are going to be labeling the diagram, which is just like a simple drawing. So shark anatomy. Anatomy just means like the makeup of the different body parts, like how they all go together. A shark has to swim to breathe. I think that's really interesting. Swimming with its mouth open allows the water to enter the mouth and be forced out the gill slits. If it stops swimming, it will die. Also, they cannot float. They have to keep swimming or they will sink. So here you have the shark anatomy. You'll have to make sure you're doing it not in the presentation mode, but what you can do is drag the different ones around. So you'll drag them around. You'll probably have to go back to the descriptions and think about them. Okay? All right, next, we're going to start talking about, since we've learned the background information about sharks, now we're going to be talking about how sharks are harmful and how they're helpful. So because there's so many threats that are facing sharks, they're really disappearing quickly. Some people say, well, that's okay, they're dangerous, but they're actually really important to balancing the life in the sea. So these different facts are both reasons why sharks are important and things that are happening to sharks. So you're going to read them and you're going to pick 3 of them that are problems facing sharks, because not all of these are problems. Some of these are ways that they are helpful. So you're going to write down 3 of the you have to be not in presentation mode, but you can click and you'll be able to write down what the problems are facing sharks. All right, so now it comes time to make sense of all this information and make a final decision about if sharks are our friend or our foe. So what are 3 ways that sharks are helpful? We just learned about that on this slide. What are 3 ways are helpful to the ocean, right? Some of these are helpful to the ocean and some of them are helpful to humans. So you'll have to kind of think about which is which. And then what are 3 reasons that you think they should be protected? So why do you think that we should make sure that the sharks are safe and healthy in the ocean? All right, so now you're going to make a final decision. Do you think that sharks are our friends or our enemies? And then give a reason explaining your decision. And any decision is right. You can decide that they are our friends or you can decide that they are our enemies. But you do have to give a reason. All right, and then you have an optional activity, and I hope some of you guys will choose to do this. You can make a poster or Google Slides presentation to share your opinion, especially if you learned some cool information about sharks that you want to make sure that you get a chance to share. This would be a great time to do it, and you can present it at one of our morning meetings. All right, I hope you guys have fun.